We have been talking about controls, and the control framework is actually not a new topic for finance. But why is it still a priority for finance leaders in 2025, you think?
If you have a SOX type control framework, you would annually, at least, you will have to demonstrate the effectiveness of your control framework for that financial year. What's commonly done is that you start to test your controls earlier on, so if it fails, you still have time to have 1 or 2 quarters effective controls.
For companies who have to follow that framework, sometimes they'll take that work internally, but sometimes smaller companies need an extra boost of external support in that. So that's an area that people come to us and talk about. But all of that assumes that companies are being audited on a controls-based manner. Lots and lots of companies don't have that structure in place, so they are still subject to substantive testing. Now, we know that's not the cheapest way to have your audit done, so that can be in turn another trigger. Companies looking to reduce their audit fees, to simplify things with their external auditor, they're often looking to make the shift from substantive to controls-based. So there's plenty of work to be done there, because it usually means redesigning or designing controls in a standard way that will work for the organization as a whole.
The real difference there is that with substantive testing, you actually need to test the accounting record itself, lots of analytical work involved, and it takes much more time to do that kind of testing, whereas you just test the effectiveness of the control itself, and you don't need to dig all the way down to the accounting record itself. We've done it a few times for companies, and it's quite clear that what they have saved in the long run, it clearly is much bigger than actually the money they had to spend getting a control framework in place.